Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, this summer has been just spectacular in my garden with all of the rain that came in May. Now in June, now that things are heating up, my summer loving perennials and annuals are starting to take shape, and they are just blooming, especially my hydrangeas. And so I had to do a lot of changing, a little this and a little bit of that here in the garden. So I'm glad that you are able to come and join me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. So just come with me and just watch and enjoy this video of what I did and what I have accomplished so far in my garden. I pulled up one of the garlics from the garlic area in the kitchen garden bed while I was picking some herbs to create tea. And so here are the herbs that I was picking. And also I picked some of the calamine flowers. They were so plentiful there. And in the process, I saw my garlic bulb there, and I just wanted to see what was happening with them. And look at this. It's already shriveling up the stem. But then I saw the garlic. Look at that. I just washed it off. And it has developed cloves. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this was from a store-bought garlic that I had planted last year. And I am just so pleased to see this. So I'm going to just use it. And it's so pungent and strong. Such a beautiful, rich taste of garlic. I was just in the garden picking some leaves here, some herbs for some tea. And in the process, I ended up pulling up one of the garlic bulbs that have been there since last year in my garden. So I was gathering some lemon balm, some bergamot, and some apple mint. I also collected some chamomile flowers. But what really caught my attention was the fact that my garlic stem here had shriveled up and was brown. So I pulled it up out of the ground, and there, lo and behold, here is my garlic, ripe and ready to eat and add in my dish. In the kitchen garden, I decided to divide up my dinosaur kale that I had in this container that I had seeded earlier in the year. And so I planted them in here in front of the okra that I had planted here. The okra seems to be suffering a little bit, but I see some leaves coming up there. Some second leaves finally showing up on the okra. So what I've decided to do is to line this with the dinosaur kale, because the dinosaur kale will last through the winter and it will take over. But also the okra will grow up and provide shade for the dinosaur kale, which is more of a winter, a cold crop. So it will offer shade for it. And I'm just dividing them. Here you can see the roots of the kale, creating a hole for it. I had cardboard here and also compost, and the cardboard has softened up, and I'm just going to tuck this in here like this and push it really down. Because the stems are high, I can actually bury it, plant it deeply into the hole here and then backfill. It rained last night, so the earth is ready to receive any seeds or any plants that you have. Now's the time to do it. Right after rain, go on out there and sow and plant and put in your seedlings. They will definitely perform for you. The plant right here is my perennial hibiscus. It has a big, beautiful pink blossom, dinner-sized plate. But right in the midst of that is my hydrangea bridal bouquet. And I have another one too. But for right now, this is the time for the hydrangea. Here in my side front garden, I have another hydrangea that I had propagated. And it is looking very, very beautiful. I just love it. And it is tucked underneath it is the daylily, the Stella d'Oro daylily. The daylily just looks so good with the sedum here, and I just love this corner. And then behind that is the beautiful euonymus, which is looking like it wants to be a tree versus a shrub. But this is so beautiful. And I love this bridal bouquet. It was propagated by me about 5 years ago or so. And this is how it's turned out. So propagation does work, and if you are patient, you can have a beautiful, beautiful shrub and add them around your garden to create harmony throughout the bed. So on the other side, we had 2 of these, and on this side we just have 1, and it really loves this corner because it's sheltered by the wall and the gate, the heat from the road, and it has bloomed before, but not like this. This is fantastic, with many beautiful, beautiful blooms. And with the rain on it, it's just looking so fresh and gorgeous. In this bed, I call this my English style cottage garden area. And now, first I had the lilacs back there, and the alliums, the tulips, but now it is the time for the hydrangea, and the hydrangea, because I only have 1 up here, and the daylilies to take over this bed. And I just love this combination. I also have here, that's going to be opening up soon, as my Chasta daisies that I grew from seed. And I am just so pleased with how they look here. And the sunflowers, they are volunteers. Yeah, they're volunteering in the garden. But the star of the show this morning, this Saturday morning for Father's Day, and what I'm highlighting in the garden are the hydrangeas, and specifically this bridal bouquet hydrangea that I propagated. I'm so pleased with it. Here in the front, I have also a beautiful oak hydrangea. This front Jules bed is looking fantastic. It's looking really, really good. And it has gone through some changes, and it will continue to go through changes. So the latest thing, though, that we have here are the elephant ears that are popping up now, and also the canna. Something else to celebrate, the hydrangea plant that I planted about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. Now it is flowering, and it is a summer, endless summer hydrangea. I think it was a summer crush or something like that. It's supposed to be red, but as you can see, it is not red. And then I have also these beautiful, beautiful miniature roses coming up. My husband bought this for me a couple of years back, and I was able to keep it here, and it's doing very well, I think. And I have another rose also that's blooming. It's a late blooming rose. My wonderful bergamot or bee balm is taking up this space. I just happened to plant some on this side, and I've been pinching it and using it for tea. And now I'm going to just allow it to develop flowers, because it's going to add some color to this side of the garden. And I have phlox going on. I have other things. The dead nettle is finished, so it's just as a ground cover for me right now. I'm very excited about that. And I have phlox here and mountain mint growing, as well as hyssop. Look at the hyssop. I planted that from seed last year. It's in a pot, and it's doing really well. And then I have here my limelight hydrangea. Now this is my spirea, and it's doing pretty good here. It's about to finish. I'm going to cut it back so that we can see the hydrangea. And here, I love this allium, and I'm going to move some of those alliums and dot them throughout this bed for next year. But what is a showstopper right now is the beautiful, beautiful oak leaf hydrangea flowers, which I'm going to have to give them support next year. And I didn't do that. I'm sorry that I didn't put them, supported them like how I did the roses. I was so anxious to support the roses that I neglected my beautiful oak leaf hydrangea flowers. Aren't they beautiful? My strawberries produced, and they are now developing runners, which is great. And I think that this was a wonderful project right here. Now this corner, we had to cut back this rose. It was just so wild and just taking over, and I cut it back, and so we have this gaping space here, but that's okay because it's gonna free up the opportunity for my other rose, Pinkabell, to be able to grow and get some air. And then I also have there a Rose of Sharon that was getting smothered as well. So that's something that's a work in progress here. Because I was able to move that rose, it was smothering my hibiscus, and now it has grown so much. I see a lot of stems coming up, and it's going to fill out this area. So I am not sorry that I cut down that rose, because I'm going to have beautiful blooms from my hibiscus here. So what is next here in this part of the garden is that I'm going to remove these ground covers that were fantastic because they just added such beauty here earlier, and it's just nice with the little white poppies. I think they're poppies or amenities. I think that's what they're called. Anyway, it was given to me from a teacher gardener friend, and she had these in her garden, and she gave me a couple of them, and I put it in the ground, and it's just, they seed all over the place, but they're so beautiful. But what I'm going to do is pull this out, and I'm going to put some of my annuals, the cleome that I have up on the deck, and I have some other plants that I'm going to plant here as well. and change this up. But in the meantime, this rose, this darling rose, is just holding up this corner. Isn't that beautiful? And then I have here, this spirea now gets a chance to show up as I am going to remove a lot of those other things that are surrounding it so that it can have space and room to grow, because it's a beautiful spirea. And I had tucked in the back this pot filled with this herb, oregano, and it was actually, I wasn't going to keep it in it, but it's a pot within a pot, and I was just holding it there for a little bit, but now it's rooted in to the pot, so I think I'm going to leave it for now and let them, I don't know, it looks cute. I like this so far, at least for now. You know that the garden, you can always change things up in it, and it'll be fun. My hydrangeas are doing fantastic here, and the roses are still doing well. The week of June 10th through the 16th, so much was happening in the garden, and so many changes occurred that I couldn't capture it all during my walkabout or walk with me session. But then, you know, we are gardeners, and in our gardens we see things that need to be changed, and we just do what we have to do to make the garden thrive. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Thank you for being with me for a little bit of this and a little bit of that in the garden. Have a great rest of the month, because we're coming up to the first day of summer, and I will be so excited to see how things are going to continue to change in the garden. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Catherine's Garden and Home and like the videos, watch them, comment, do all that good stuff so that we can draw more people to the channel, and that I can continue to provide videos of my garden as I go through my garden journey for 2024. Thank you. I love this kind of gardening, intentional gardening. Yeah, and so I want to share my intentions with you. Have a great day. Bye.